We are the biggest gaming studio in Bulgaria, founded in 2005. Always making games that are free to play, so free to play is actually in our DNA. We are part of Steelfront Group since 21st of September this year. So yep, we signed a acquisition deal for 10 million euro upfront and 70.5 million in earnout in the next 3 years. So we are how we get their attention. We get their attention by doing only original IP, and truly believe that focusing on your own brand is better than doing outsourcing for other studios or work for hire. So we have more than 50 people like an employees in our company, and this is the financial results that are publicly announced already in the press release. 4.1 million in sales since from January to August 2018, and 48% profit margin, which is really nice. Okay, I'm here to talk about a story that happens a few years ago. Those are the awards that we get as a recognition that this is officially happening. In 2014, you can see we were the 4th place in Central Europe, marked as a rising star, because our revenue growth was 498%. 2015, we were on a 14th place with revenue growth of 492%. Okay, more faces, come on in. So, what we do right now in our company, we're doing 3 things. First, of course, we're running our live titles, Imperia Online, and the second thing that we do is making new titles. Imperial Hero is coming up this year. Well, we couldn't release it in Q3, still in the soft launch. Hopefully I'm gonna launch before the end of the year. And right now we are doing publishing, like publishing in a classic way, helping other studios only with user acquisition, marketing, advices, of course full go-to-market strategy, you know how sexy it sounds, go-to-market strategy. And we're not gonna give you money to finish your product, just classic way of publishing. Okay, this is Imperia Online for the ones in the audience that never saw our game. This is the most popular village that you start your game. This is how it looks like in Europe. This is how it looks like in Russia. And this is how looked like in MENA region, because we have a new version right now. Super nice graphics. So yeah, as you can see, we actually are really good at localization, but not only. So what we do best actually is to think irrationally. So this is something that we did like 5 years ago simultaneously. So what is the story? The story starts with this amazing guy. It's Israeli professor born in Israel, lives in United States. It's a Duke University professor called Dan Ariely, and this is the book that I recommend everyone to buy. It's only $15 on Amazon. All the things that you can see are taken directly from the book. So all the credit goes to this guy. We are not an expert in psychological research. So we start with something cool. Optical illusions. This is the funny part of the presentation. I know that you already know that, and you probably saw it over the internet maybe a few years ago. This is going around and around. So here is the main question. Both colors are the two blocks, A and B. Okay, so probably I'm willing to bet at least, I don't know, 2,000 dinara that A is darker, B is lighter. And yeah, I could bet even more. So the thing is that when we remove the surrounding elements, actually they're equal, they're the same color, right? The funny part come here when we do this. If I ask you again the question, you will give me the same answer. A is darker, B is lighter. And again, yes, you can have the presentation, you can test it. This is the number of the color. Absolutely identical, I can confirm that. Well, we didn't learn anything. You cannot miss, you can unsee this optical illusion. Our brain will gonna fool us, I don't know, forever. So, why is that? Because I call this decoy. This is the surrounding elements that creates the shadow that your brain thinks that something there is lighter. Okay, so I guess we agree that we already proved that we are not perfect, right? And our brain is easily to trick. So think about something. We just trick our vision, and actually we use the biggest part of our brain to do vision. So we do vision from the moment we woke up to the moment we go to bed. So most of the time in the day, this is the longest activity that we do. And we are evolutionary designed to do vision. So if it's so easy, those are questions that Dan started asking himself. If it's so easy to trick your eyes, what about your brain? What about cognitive illusions, the so-called decision-making illusions? We don't have a special part of our brain that are separated for financial decisions. There is no such brain. So, I'm going to give you other examples. Enjoy the view. Okay, so here is the example. We have Rome and we have Paris. Now imagine, guys, if someone offers you a weekend in Rome or a weekend in Paris, all inclusive, everything covered, food, tickets to the museums, everything. So probably it's the hardest decision. People will split 50-50 because, they have amazing art installation in the whole city. The food is amazing in both places. The wine is great in both places. So people will split 50-50. Of course, if they never been to one of the cities, for sure. So what about now? What about if we add a third option? Could we somehow change this decision, make it harder or make it easier? Well, if you put an irrelevant option like weekend in Rome, weekend in Paris, or get ill, for example, nobody will choose this option, so nothing change, definitely. But if we pick cleverly the third option, it could be something interesting. For example, weekend in Rome, all inclusive is the first one. Weekend in Rome, but without breakfast. You're just having half board in the hotel. And then weekend in Paris, all inclusive. What do you think? Okay, cool. Rome without breakfast. Definitely. Definitely clever. So yeah, it turns out that actually a super predictive decision, because our brains start comparing things. We start comparing Rome. Of course, Rome all-inclusive is superior than weekend in Rome without breakfast. But it turns out in general case that when you have something to compare and when you already have a winner and some choice is favorite in your mind, you will go for it. So when they run the test in the MIT, back in the days he was working in MIT, this was the results, and this is how you can actually narrow the decisions of your customers by presenting the third option, which we call decoy. Yes? It's getting worse. It's not working. We'll talk about later because there is no time. So here is something that he actually, again, Dan found in the Economist website. Here is a subscription. A lot of guys, you have subscriptions and packages and all the free-to-play games. So we have like a one-year subscription for Economist, web only, for 59. 1 year subscription to the print edition, print-only copy for 125. And guess what? For 125, again, you can have both. So, I don't know. It looks like something is broken, or it looks like an easy choice to me, you know, for 125 to get both of them. So he decided to run this ad to 1,000 students in MIT, and those are the results. 16% prefer the web-only access, because those are guys that are addicted to their PCs. 0% choose the middle option, which proves that students could read. And 85% choose the combo deal, which is the best. So he said, okay, nobody choose the middle one, so let's remove it and let's run the test again. So what happens? What do you think? Yep, the least popular became the most popular, and the most popular become the least popular. Now, compare 60 to 125. 125 looks a little bit expensive, to be honest. So, and those are people that are using computers anyway, so pretty much those are the results. Yes, in this case, this offer was decoy. The offer that nobody will choose, but specifically designed to put there just to narrow the decisions. And the decoy effect, you can measure it. In this case, was 43% revenue increase. Okay, another example. I have to be super fast to the end. Okay, what's the popular market in Belgrade? Those are pictures that you can see everywhere. But if you travel like me and you have to buy a gem for your grandma, something from a place that she never were, so she never was. Actually, most of the people on the shelf has like those three options: €2, €10, €35. Well, again, it's a hard decision to me. I don't want to, think. I don't want my grandmother to think that I'm too cheap, with a €2 gem. Also, €35 for a gem. Come on, it's a bottle of whiskey, and so probably I'll choose the middle one, the middle option. It turns out that I'm not something special, not someone special. Everybody looks and thinks like this. So it turns out that whenever is it a jam or a cognac or something that you do not know pretty well, actually is people are choosing the middle option. 80% of them are choosing the middle option. So how we can benefit from this? Well, in this case, if you are a seller, you can choose €2. Okay, so we scratch the Q&A. So this is €2. I'm gonna increase it to €19, and they will buy the same jar. So it's a 74% increase, guys. So this is crazy. So choose your price tag really, really clever. So what we did here is actually, this was our payment page. We started here. It's a normal payment page, 5, 10, 20, 40, 100, 200, 400 euro. There is a bonuses for every row. It's linear, so it's easy to calculate. So we wanted to experiment, and we wanted to start making some irrational offers. First, of course, we start with labels. Of course, totally fake. So we put most wanted on the 40 euro and best offer, of course, on the 400 euro. Only 11% increase of the revenue from the previous screen. So it wasn't something that we will celebrate. So we said, okay, we have to create an irrational offer. But how to create irrational offer when our players already knew our screen? They already are familiar with it. So we decided that our irrational offer has one purpose: to move their focus from left to right, from small numbers to big numbers. If they start looking at the big numbers like this, we win. And now the people are looking at this and says, hey, what's wrong here? 200 euro for 2 caskets, a lot of cash, a lot of diamonds on top of that, and this must be something wrong. So those guys from Imperia are super stupid. I'm gonna buy and make advantage of it. And they start buying it. Boom. Yeah, unfortunately I'm on camera, I cannot say what I think. So yeah, 355 revenue increase versus base. And we were happy, celebrating, open champagne, spending money that we still don't have. We actually saw that 400 package is missing now, so we decided, hey, let's change it. Let's make some extra cash, blur the focus them here, but this time for 400 euro. Well, unfortunately, people don't have so much money, so it was only 275% increase. So we get back to the previous offer, but boom. This is what happened actually. We were constantly selling our virtual currency on promotion, constantly giving it more of it and more of it and more of it on a bigger price. So we created an inflation of the hard currency. This was super big problem. So we start thinking, we were hoping, finger crossed, that we could be able to do it, to fix it. So what we did actually is, again, create an offer, but the only difference this time was this casket. Again, if you take a look at the diamonds, it's 5,200 on both packages, so no inflation. So we were happy about that, and we were waiting and waiting, because, yeah, and the result was super nice. Again, it turns out that it works. People are start focusing on these caskets. Small percentage of them are buying, but because the price is too big, compensate all the others, and this is the revenue increase. Well, there is no side effect. Again, the big package is missing, so we created something which is not allowed in most of the countries in Europe, but still allowed in Bulgaria. We created different offers for different persons. So if a whale enters the market, he sees this screen, and if a guy that spends only 20 euro in the game could see that the irrational offer is actually moved to 40, so we wanted to upsell them, but not for 400, right? So again, this was a nice move, and we have our last final result, 390% increase versus base, and there is no side effects, no inflation. Everybody gets what they saw. Oops. Okay. Actually, we realized that 50% of the users, because we have only 10 to 12% payers, depends on the country. We saw that 50% of the users never open a payment screen. We never introduced the game, our payment screen to them. So what we did actually, some crazy idea. And the crazy idea is that every day, every daily bonus that we gave in our game actually could be received only on this screen. So this is something that works incredibly well. And right now, 100% of our users open this payment screen every day. You can see instead of €5, there is a free army, so they can get it. And then €5 packet just showed up. So that's it. After we put more people through this screen, we actually managed to achieve this amazing result. And it took us 3 months of experiment. And yeah, it was a quite nice for us, and it was a great year, 2014. Thank you.
Did you have any community backlash about this? Did anyone figure it out?
Nope, nothing. They were unhappy. They were unhappy when we remove, when we stopped doubling the virtual currency, of course. But the thing is that they thought if you present it as a promotion, you know, people don't expect to last forever. So you can do whatever change you want, but make it first time when you want to try it, make it on a small number of groups, or just say this is a weekly promo and that's it. You can do it on all your players, but only for the week of Christmas or something like this. Or every month there is too many holidays that you can use. Just name it as a promotion, see the result. If it's good, keep it forever.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you have sort of a separate screen for the whales and separate for users who spend only a bit of money. What do you personally think about that strategy?
Yeah, I think it won't be banned, or I don't know how it's the term, but once they announce this is illegal, that means this is good. So as most of you, I guess, are from Serbia, so as long as you're not part of European Union, just use it. Then you have to change. So.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? No. Okay, thank you very much, Cvetan. Please, another round of applause.
Thank you.